Well, greetings, viewers, and thanks for joining me for what's most likely the last installment for now on the Guest GX470. There's how I finished up the ends on those sliders with a nice cap that covered all the way down the end. They are mounted in place, very solid welded to the frame. I'm very happy. They turned out great, in my opinion. They're nice and strong, and they look really good on there. They do come out even with the running boards. I like that. Yeah, I'm very pleased with the way the sliders turned out. This one a little harder to see over here. I like the way the ends turned out. I think they have a nice look. Very pleased indeed with the sliders, but that's not what I'm here to talk about now. I did only end up doing 3 legs on these. Again, nice, that's plenty enough. I did 4 on mine because I thought I was going to beat on it extra hard, but 3 is plenty. Really pleased with those. Started in on the front skids. I still got to do the lights underneath those running boards. Started in on this front skid plate, trying to save him some money. This will be the back side of it, but trying to use up a piece of steel I have here. Again, this is not a hardcore rock crawling rig, but he does plan to do some off-roading with it. And that front skid is missing, but you don't want to get your radiator, your AC condenser jammed up or something up in your fan if you are off-road. So I'm going to make a nice skid plate out of this 1/8" stuff. I've already cut one piece. I'll set this all up when I get ready to cut my next piece. Once I get a few pieces welded together, kind of show you what I'm going to do. It's not going to be real involved because it isn't something for heavy-duty armor. Just something that's kind of necessary if you do plan to use your vehicle off-road. Why take a chance of jacking something up when you can have a skid plate up there? Really pleased with those sliders, man. I hope he likes them as much as I do. I'm going to cut a piece and start welding some things together and show you what my plan is for this. That's how nice a cut you get when you put a good tip in it. The tip was bad. Pretty rusty metal. Turn my machine up. this plasma cutting there. Well, that was probably pretty loud, but maybe fun to watch. I'll edit some of that together for just some good cutting stuff. Again, like I say, this is not going to be seen, but it is going to look nice. I use this side out after I clean it all up real well to clean up all 4 of these edges. Get this tacked together and give you an idea of what my plan is for this. That piece across the very bottom, this piece angling up, I'll probably cut some angles on it once I get it figured out how I want it to go, but that's yet to be seen. When you're cutting your piece, sometimes you'll get a pretty rough edge on it like that. Hope you can see that. I take my grinder and grind that down. The best way to keep it flat is lay your bit or your grinder like this along there and use both edges of your grinder. That way you get it nice and flat. If you just use your edge like this, you can grind in and get too much. It's kind of the only tip I got for grinding this stuff off. I'm going to grind this piece, put it together, show you my idea so far, and tell you how I got there. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to cover here, this stock skid right here, the middle half, hope you can see that. I'm coming out this way. That's my first flat part, about 6 inches, going to be about as wide as the factory one. The angled part's going to bring it up under here to where these are. And then the last piece I put on is going to be a little angle. Oops, sorry. The light in your face there. It's going to be a little angled part that comes up here under the skid. So I'm going to grab it and try and put it under there real quick and let you see what I got going on. Okay, well, it's a little warm on the end because I just put a piece on it. I hope you can see and get the perspective I'm hoping you're getting out there. This piece is going to be like this, basically, about right there. So I hope you can see that. I got to move this down a little bit. That's going to mount to the factory holes, flat across the bottom, angled up the top, and then this piece here will be behind the radiator or the AC condenser in the front, just in case anything gets pushed up there. So I hope you can kind of see flat, angle, up, how I did that. And I'm going to put some gussets on it, try to make it a little fancier. Looks like about right there is where it'll sit. I'll have to put some standoffs to hold it down. But that'll be the next thing. Right now I'm going to stop. I'm going wheeling tomorrow. And I want to fix or put the front drive shaft back in my wheeling truck. But I wanted to show you that. I didn't have any fantastic way gauge finders or level finders or angle finders rather. I just get under there with my carpenter's eye and looked at it, took a tape measure, got the widths of my pieces, got a rough idea of the lengths, and then just welded it together out here. I just showed you how I found angles and how I relayed them over to the piece. But that's one thing about being in construction your whole life. You get your carpenter's eye and it doesn't let you down most of the time. So that'll set kind of like this with that third angle, the 3 angle pieces. I bevel these a little here. Bevel these perhaps, bring a little gusset from here to here. I don't know, that's yet to be seen. I'll tune you in though, because I'll finish making these. I'm just going wheeling tomorrow, and I want to put my drive shaft back in, get my truck all ready, loaded up, and have it ready to go for tomorrow, but you really didn't need to know all of that. Perhaps I'll get some wheeling video. I friggin' wore Oswald out today. The floor is a gigantic mess of metal shavings and scrapes and scraps, but everything is moving right along. Wow. Kind of lost my train there looking at those sliders again. I'm really happy with the sliders. I'll weld some more on this, get it all finished up, bolted up, show you that, take it outside when these are painted, and show you everything I did to the GX470, the guest on the show. So yeah, I guess you won't even realize I'm gone, but maybe 2 days before I come back to that. So just about got the GX470 wrapped up. Got the sliders on. I showed you I'm getting ready to go get paint. Did a little thing there with the front. Doesn't look great, but at least it hides where those bolts were, or the fasteners were. I put that piece back on. I just trimmed it off this piece here that was held on with the clips. I just cut that off the running board, put it back on so it wouldn't be holes in there. Front skid is mounted in its place. I like it. I'm getting ready to paint everything and then I can show you better. I was going to put some pieces along the sides of that and I just didn't feel like it was necessary. Maybe later if he wants them on there, but I think it's plenty strong enough for what he's going to do with it right now. So I didn't put any sides up on it, and that's how it turned out. Let me get some paint and paint the stuff, back this outside, and get you a better picture and end all this. All right. Isn't she a thing of beauty? Struts in the front, leveled it out. I really like that look. The sliders look really good on there. Kind of hard to see them in the shadow here. Yeah, very pleased. Very pleased indeed. Looks really good. Looks nice with those struts on it. Boy, he brought it here pretty. It's filthy now. It just looks so much better without the running boards and with those sliders. It's kind of hard to see perhaps in the light. They look really good on there. I'm very well pleased. I hope he's as happy with all this as I am. I think that piece in the front turned out all right to hide those fasteners down there. Oh, maybe a little overspray right there. I'll give him some WD-40. I'll go wipe it down again here real good. But anyway, man, wish you could see those as well as I can. They really look good on there. Maybe you can see them as well as me. Yeah, I like that much better. And the skid coming in from the front gives it a better look there than that little plastic thing hanging down. Skid looks good on there. Got the holes so you can reach up in there. Got my classic runs in the paint. I like it. It's nice and flat. Meets up with the other one real nice. I like it. I drilled those holes and made stands for the fasteners in the front, and then I just welded it to the back one. So there's only 2 bolts on the back one and it comes off. 2 bolts in the front, 2 bolts in the back, and this whole skid can come off. Might be a pain in the butt for changing the oil, but that's sure the way it looked like it needed to go. Oswald got some nice black stripes on him from getting up against the sliders after I just painted them. So that. But anyway, thanks for joining me for struts, armor, sliders, and front skid on the Guest GX470. Mayhaps it'll be here again. I like it. Looks better. Much better. All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you joining me for the Guest truck today. Did a few more things to the stupid Suzuki, or the cheap Suzuki. Spoiler alert on the spoiler. Leave trade offers here under the magnet, so people see this and they just can't stand it and they want it. They can leave me trade offers under the magnet there. I did spray paint some numbers on the doors, on the roof. Somebody stole my sunglasses off of the roof at the AutoZone. I had to go to AutoZone, and somebody decided that they wanted my sunglasses, so they ripped them off of the roof. I don't know why, but I glued some bullets to the trunk lid instead. Fastest Suzuki in town. I'd almost bet that's true. All right, enough about that. Like and subscribe if you like my show. Check links in the description if you want to do that. Click bells, things like that. Look at my smiling happy dog with paint all over his back. Ugh, you're such a goober. But I love him. He's a good boy. He's such a good boy. Hey, appreciate you hanging out with me today. Most of all, have a great day.